Well, hey everybody, Kara Snyder here again. Here we are on day 3. You may be joining in during the day or at night. I'm not really sure, but I'm so glad that you are here and you are walking this 30-day journey with me. Again, I know that I said this in day 2, but make sure that you are finding these scriptures on your own. Just so you can read them for yourself and just ask God to help you and just to say, okay, God, what is it maybe that you want me to learn from this scripture? It may be that he wants to add to something for you. So he's taking what he's shown me and he's going to add something to it for you. So I just highly encourage you to do that. And I'm just excited to just be able to do this with you. It's hard. It's hard to talk about depression. And I don't know why we as a church, we as believers, we shy away from it, but I think we need to talk about it more just so that we know that we're not alone in our struggle, right? And we know that it is a real struggle. As we say in the South, the struggle is real, y'all. And there's hope. There's hope, and you can overcome. You can go from getting out of the pit, getting out of survival mode to overcoming and thriving. It can all happen. It's all real. I know that God has brought me through that process. And there are real things that happened in my life, real tangible things that I struggled with because of depression. And I don't know about you guys, but one of the ones that was really hard for me was sleep. I could not go to sleep. And I think that there was about a 2-week window. I don't know how much I slept, if I slept any. It might have been maybe an hour every night. I don't know. I could not shut my brain off. For me, I had depression and I had anxiety. So they were all they were just mixed together. And when I would go to sleep at night, I would close my eyes, I would just have horrible truth. You hear, this is true. I'm going to be real with y'all. I would have horrible fears, nightmares about my baby at the time or myself or my husband. I couldn't get it out of my head. And I had to be very careful at that point what I watched on TV. So one thing that I used to watch on TV was Criminal Minds. I loved that show, but I had to stop because when I would watch those episodes, they were real to me, and I would put myself there, and it was scary. I don't really know how to explain it. So even now, I can't watch super scary things because those images are like implanted into my mind in such a way, the way that my mind and brain is made up. I can't let go of it. It becomes real stuff, and so I had to be very careful what I watch, and especially I had to before I went to bed at night. But this was one scripture that I found. So in my depression and in struggling, even though I was in a hard place and I was in a scary place and I felt like God wasn't there with me, I still knew that His Word was true, and that there were times where I'd have to be like, okay, God, help my unbelief here. And so this was one of those times. And so this scripture was huge for me, and I would have to just say it over and over and over sometimes till I fell asleep. But this is Psalms 4, verse 8. Psalm 4, verse 8. And it says, "In peace I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." So those were big right there. So in peace, because in depression, your mind is not peaceful at all. It is a mixture of emotions and confusions and fear. Fear was huge for me, guys. So in peace, I will both lie down and sleep. Both. I can lie down and go to sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. You make me safe. You are keeping me safe. And that was the thing. I was afraid. I was afraid. And so the scripture helped me to be able to just lie down in peace and say, okay, God, what is in my head is not real, because fear, this is what I like to say fear stands for: false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. So I had to realize what's in my head. This is not real. This is not happening. And you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. So you will make me both lie down and sleep. And so I'd have to say that over and over again. And then I would have to watch, I would have to watch what I watched on TV, what I listened to on the radio. I had to go back to um, old school TV shows, if you will. Andy Griffith was a great one for me. I Love Lucy was a good one. Things that would make me laugh, things that would just make me not think on a horrible spectrum, because I would take it to the extreme and I wasn't in a place where I could just watch anything. So I had to be very careful. I couldn't even watch the news. I don't watch the news now, but I couldn't even watch that. Commercials, even commercials would just kind of set me off in emotional places. I did talk to my doctor a lot about this, and she was able to help me with some things as well. But this scripture, I could hold on to it, and I could say, "Oh God, okay, God, in peace, I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, I can dwell in safety." That's what I could hold on to, and I could say that over and over again, and I could hide His word in my heart, and I could put it here in my head, and it just helped me. It took time, and it was a process, but I love that we can find answers in Scripture to everything we need, even our sleep. So I would even encourage you to write that on a note card, put it beside your bed, put it under your pillow. I know that may sound crazy. True story, guys. Do that. I remember sometimes growing up, I would put scriptures under my pillow, and I would pray those things at night. So you could even try that as well. But just know that God gets it, and that's there in His Word for a reason, for you to say, okay, there's scripture here about sleep and about rest, because He wants you to rest. He wants you to have sleep. So Psalms 4, verse 8, in peace I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. So hang on to that scripture as you go to bed, as you rest, and know that you are safe in Him. And that fear that's trying to take over you is not real. False evidence appearing real. So thank you again for joining in. Don't forget, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my Facebook page, or even Instagram, or my blog, KiraSnyder.com. And let's continue on this together. If you have friends, family, other people that you know who could benefit from doing this with us, please share this information with them. I'd love for them to join in. And I will talk to you guys again soon.